I was bankrupt twice. I was sued 18 times. The first thing you should always have in your business, have a lawyer and have an accountant. Because a lawyer will save you from hell.
When it comes to hiring people, I personally see the sincerity, that how sincere you are towards your job, how sincere you are towards your commitment. That's number one. Welcome to Against All Odds with Yasir Khan. And once again, we have an amazing guy, Ahmed. Welcome to my podcast.
Thanks for having me.
So, Ahmed, you are known as Aquaman,
Yes.
right? And you have one of the largest Aquafun park in the world.
The largest one.
The largest one. Amazing. How many parks you have?
34 for now.
34.
For now.
Wow. And how many are here in Dubai?
UAE, only one left.
Wow.
Used to have 17, kept only one.
Amazing. You know, like we live in Dubai and we have so many biggest, the best, things over here. How did you get this idea to create one of the biggest and the largest aqua park in Dubai?
It's engraved in us since the beginning, like presidents and so on, always be the biggest, the wowest, the first. So, okay, fine. So if you do something, why just, knock the door when you just kick the door? So that was the idea of how to become the biggest. Because otherwise, we're just competing for like, okay, here we are, this design, that. You want to be, let's be the biggest one in the world.
Tell me about where you're from and how did you get this idea? What's your upbringing like? Because, when people do the biggest and the best things, it's always very rooted since their childhood.
I don't think it was really from childhood at all whatsoever. Like, I had a very normal family, normal upbringing. And then when I get to high school, that's when I started becoming into sports.
Okay.
So I became very, very, very competitive. Started competing on competitive level in weightlifting, triathlon, rugby, squash, and all that stuff. So I was always competitive on that phase of my life, like 10 years.
Okay.
Got like 69 gold medals and very competitive. And then, because that engraves in you the idea of like always having number one.
Yeah, exactly.
Number one, you gotta be number one. And that's how I think that was the root of the work ethics and competitiveness. That was the beginning. And then started doing I had other jobs before, and then started doing my business. It's now been a decade, actually more than a decade, 11 years now. And then I think when I started doing the business, that's when, okay, I want to do the biggest ones. Because it was more of like, I think it was more of like a slap back to the suppliers and the other people around the world. Because when I started doing this, they told me, you're an Arab, you're young, you know nothing about this stuff. So I took it very personal. I said, okay, fine, let me show you what this Arab guy can do. And then and that's what I started. I found their factories, I created my own factory, my own designs, and then eventually years later we became the biggest one in the world.
Amazing. Yeah. Amazing. So basically like it came from the idea and your ethics came from sports, from the competitiveness, and that's so important when you're a kid. Exactly. That's what I always promote, and I always tell my clients as well too. Your kids, they need to understand what fitness, what health, and what the competition is. And then only you get this kind of ideology.
Exactly, yeah. Because it's very important to have that level of... Because between the age of 13 to 19, at that level, you have so much energy, so much power, and so much, energy in you. So, okay, what do you do? So you have to occupy that with like an activity. Yes. And usually physical activity is always the best. Sportsmanship is always important. Because that builds you up to become a better person.
Yeah, exactly. Tell me about the journey of your, of till now, that how many businesses did you try? Did you try this? This was the first one, or you have tried many other businesses?
So I spoke about this a lot of times, and people say, how is it possible? First year in business, I was rejected 617 times.
What?
Yeah, so almost twice or three times a day. It's like, how? It's like, I literally opened the map of the UAE. I went to every single owner of every single beach in the whole UAE. And they all said no for whatever reasons. It's like, I was going to cover my view. It's too noisy. We don't have the money for it, and so on and so on. Until eventually we found the first yes, literally the last day of the first year. And then, okay, did that, and then that failed miserably. And then did another one that worked very well, and then like back and forth. So we've changed the idea and pivoted so many times till now we became what we became.
Wow, amazing.
But yeah, a lot of rejection. It took a lot of mental work, and that comes with competitiveness, because when you put yourself in, like, I go personally to go and put myself in physical pain.
Yeah.
So the mental pain becomes easier.
Yes.
It makes sense.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Of course, because it's the same ethics.
Exactly.
The method is the same.
Exactly.
So going through any kind of pain, the method you use the same. When you are disciplined, the same method you need to use in your business also.
Being disciplined, being consistent is very, very, these two things are very important.
Very true, 100%. Like when you started, I'm sure like apart from the rejections, you must have faced many other challenges as well. One of the biggest challenge, which I understand from the point of entrepreneur, that when you have the team, when you have the bigger team, to deal with the team and to actually put your ideology in your team and teach them. And then again, you will find people who, some of them, they are copying your stuff, they are taking, sharing your information or not loyal to you. So how do you deal with all of that?
We faced a lot of that in the beginning, I remember, because finding a good team is maybe the hardest thing.
Yeah.
It's the most important asset and the hard asset to acquire, because it's not the business, it's the people who run the business.
Yeah.
So when you have people who actually align their mindset with the same thing, it's very hard. Nobody will take the business as personal as you are. Nobody.
Exactly.
And no matter how much you try and so on, because in the day the incentive is money. And if there's no money coming to them, they won't be loyal to you.
Yeah.
So it's a mix of those two, I believe. But yeah, it took a lot of work, a lot of hiring and finding. I think the biggest expense in the first 3 years was finding the right people.
Yeah.
That was the most expensive exercise.
Exactly. The first few years is always about finding the right people and teaching them the ethics and the intent.
Yeah.
So, because I strongly believe that if you pay someone X amount and then they want X amount, and then they will change the way they are working because they want more. I personally feel that never happened, because intent cannot be bought by money.
Yeah.
It's not about the money. Yes, people put efforts because they deserve more, you pay them more, but I strongly believe that it has nothing to do with money, that someone who is working less or more or properly or not.
Yes.
Yeah. That has nothing to do with money, because if you are investing your time 8 hours, if this is your job, it means you are already spending that time. You have to do the best you can.
Exactly.
And not like, no, I'm getting less money, so I will do less in 8 hours. No, time is still the same.
Exactly. But that comes in the beginning, because when you start hiring, I think the first important thing to have is, are they an honest person? Because honesty is something like either you have or you haven't. Because if you're honest, you can trust them with the work, with the business, with the money, with the customers, and so on and so on. I think that's a very important. Have a level of honesty. That's extremely important, because that makes then you can build on that, because everything is programmable.
Exactly.
Everything's, you give them manual, give them steps, shadow me for a while, you will learn when to be done. But yeah, I get it. Absolutely.
It's a system that you create the system, and then you just put people over there.
There's this thing they speak about a lot, is called the CEO syndrome. In a way, basically, a lot of businesses don't grow because that's the founder syndrome. You found this, you create this, and you think you're the only one who can do this. And you micromanage everybody else. And in this way, you never grow, because you're capped.
Exactly.
Because you think that's the only person who can fix his mic, fix his camera, fix this, it's only you. And you can be limited.
Yeah.
The second you let go of your ego and actually give people that level of trust and give that people that, okay, here's empowerment, do this, even if you do 60% of the job, guess what? That is more time for you to focus on what you actually are very good at. And that is where a lot of businesses always fail, that stage. Exactly. They don't grow.
Definitely. Because as you grow bigger and bigger, it's like, first of all, as you said, like you will never find people who will work exactly like you. People just work. And as much as you can teach them and as much as they can take is their life, and they take it, and the more they put in, the more they will grow in the same business or same company or maybe outside. Because I believe like work is still, it's not your life. It's your work. You create the work. The work did not create you. Yeah. Right. So you have the power to create many more like that. Like you have 34 places now. Yeah. So the same thing, what I strongly believe in. One thing which, when people start their business and they have the journey, because majority of the time they always think like, what if they lose? What if they will not succeed? So what are your take on this? Like, what if, whenever you're trying to, like, suppose you have tried something largest, what if you lose?
What if you win?
Exactly.
Simple. What if you win? It's a very simple. It's okay. You can look at this, you can look at this. It's on you to look at whatever you want to do. Because yes, there is a possibility I lose, but also there's a possibility I win. Yes. So I'm focused on that possibility, what it takes to do that, and we make sure it happens. Because in the day, it's like, what's gonna happen is gonna happen. If it didn't work out, I just learned a new way how doesn't work. It's less because the difference between losing and learning is stopping.
Exactly.
Just don't quit. The genius thing is always I never quit.
Yeah. So how's with managing all of this, how's your personal life? How do you balance your life with your family, with work, and what are your hobbies? Like, what do you do? Because as an entrepreneur at this level, how do you recharge?
I don't do things I don't enjoy doing. So if it's something I don't enjoy doing, I outsource it. I delegate it. If I don't like you, I don't work with you. It's all about energy. If I don't like your energy, guess what? I'm just walk out. We're not doing it with you. So I don't put myself in situations I know in the macro is going to be a problem. So I'm not going to run after a bag in the micro, or it's going to have money now, but guess what? Long term, I'm going to have so much headache with this. No, I'm not doing that. That's the first one. Secondly, I'm very intentional with my time. So, okay, like I have slots in my day. Okay, this is for this, this is for this. So, like, in a way, because for a long time, there was a 57 months phase of no days off. 57 months.
Oh, wow.
Every day I was working between 10 to 20 hours daily. Doesn't matter my birthday, it's Eid, there's New Year, doesn't matter. I was on. So that took a lot.
Yeah.
But that was an important phase for me to get what I had to get to. Then became more focused. Okay, fine. So like, here's time for my family. Here's time for this. Here's time for this. As much as possible. Because again, you cannot, when you reach a certain level, you can't separate personal Ahmed from business Ahmed. It's the same man.
Yeah, exactly.
There is no separation.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have more time for you. Sometimes I don't have no time for you.
Yes.
It's an up and down. But there's no separation of this and that. It's impossible. That's broke people for
Exactly.
It's okay. If you want to be set up in that way, don't come complain to me with results not acquired, with work not being put in.
Exactly.
Simple as that. And that's okay. Again, I have nothing against that.
Yeah.
You want to be that person, you want to look for a weekend. We vibrate different, and that's fine with me. But don't try to put that on me, because we have a different cap.
Exactly.
We do things totally different. We look at life in different lens. And again, I'm fine with you, but don't try to put that, poor mentality on me.
Exactly. That's the same thing what I tell people. Like, it's for me, there is no balance. Like, my profession, my personal, it's all me.
Yeah.
I'm just like, my intent on my reason to do things are different at both places, because one can be my family, one can be my team, one can be just work, one can be just my client. I mean, I see my clients and my team both in the same way. Yeah, one is working and one is getting the work done.
Exactly.
So both are same for me.
But that's the whole thing, When a man is purposeful in that way, there's a lot of things becomes irrelevant. Like, this woman or my business.
Yeah.
Because if she doesn't understand that this is more important as the purpose, she doesn't you don't understand the vibration. Because I've built this empire, whatever it is, I've built this piece. You're either there to be part of it or add to it. Don't take away from it.
Exactly. I always say, like, anything, whatever I have created, if people will say like, wow, amazing, Yasir, you have done such an amazing job. I say, like, okay, you're saying thanks to me, but I'm saying thanks to everyone who came in my life and all the experiences I have gone through. Yeah. Because this is what I have created is the subtotal of all my experiences.
It's a full journey.
It's a full journey. That's how I came and exactly. I did this. The people can be good or bad or whatever. If they have they taught me lessons, or they did anything amazing in my life, and they played a big part in my journey. But I'm very grateful and very thankful to each and every one. The reason whatever I am today, I know what to do and what not to do is because of those people.
Exactly. And there's still more to learn.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, you live, you learn. You live, you learn. That's the whole thing.
Correct. So in your Aqua Park, what kind of activities are there?
Okay, so imagine Ninja Warrior and Wipeout together.
Oh, wow, really?
So an hour in my water park will burn 700 to 1500 calories.
What are you saying?
Yes, because it's upper body, lower body, core, balance.
So there's a proper workout for this?
I can create a workout for you there, but like the circuit is made in a way that it tests everything in your body. Okay. But the thing about it is done in such a fun matter, because you're under the sun, you're with your friends, it's salt water. So like it's not done to be won.
Okay.
So you're never gonna win it. Okay. You will there's nobody ever can do it. But it's done in a way that it's a fun way for you to see how bad you are.
Okay.
And that's the fun part. It's like, it's a day out.
So people are like falling in the water and all that, yeah.
All the time. Okay. And that's the thing about just because we grow up doesn't mean we can't have fun.
Yes.
And in Arabic we say, ألعب صدر.
Yeah.
So I'm playing chest, I'm playing back. So it's playful. Yeah. It's fun. It shouldn't be work. Because when we say that it's a work, it becomes programmed the way it's hard.
Yeah.
But when it becomes, okay, I'm playing this, so it becomes more joyful. The programming in your head and the way you perceive it is different.
Yeah.
It's more colorful, it's pink and blue and all these colors. So the colors psychologically plays a big role. You're outdoor, a big role. Vitamin D, you're with your friends, you're in the water. So all these factors play together as, okay, it's actually workout.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah.
And how many people you can take at once, the maximum?
This location, 1,000 people.
1,000 people.
Yeah, this location.
Wow.
At the same time.
Amazing.
Yeah.
The 1,000 people can actually be at the
Yeah,
same
at the same
time.
time. Yeah. It's that big. It's very big. It's 44,000 square meters.
Beautiful, beautiful, amazing. Okay, so tell me about like when people start their businesses and they have I know this is their biggest fear is like, what if they lose and what if this will not work? So what are your takes on that?
So it comes back from I think two factors. The issue is like the way we were educated in our family. So education teaches you three things that are so wrong compared to what happens in reality. One, that if you do a mistake, it's a wrong thing. You lose marks. But in reality, when you do a mistake, it's like there's no one. Okay, let's put this again. So there's three things that teaches you wrong. One, that there's only one solution for a problem. In reality, there's multiple solutions for everybody. Secondly, that working with others is called cheating. It's called collaboration.
Yeah.
And thirdly, if you do wrong, you lose marks. But if success is the door, the key is called failing.
Yes.
So like you program from young age, like if you fail is a bad thing. That's a horrible thing. And then like when you do wrong, you did wrong. It's like, yeah, and what? But that's how we learn.
Yeah. That's what you're not supposed to do now next.
Yeah, now I know instead of doing this, I should do this. Yeah. But that's the issue. That's a very weird relationship that you have. Okay, it's okay. We figure it out. Yeah. It's like, guess what? Because I said this earlier, the only difference, either you lose or learn. The difference is like stop trying.
Yeah, exactly. It's like be friend with losing, be friend with failing, because these are your lessons you're learning.
Yeah, like sometimes like I remember some guys in my team when they say, it's like, hey, go out and get me at least 5 rejections. Yeah, exactly. I want to hear you were rejected at least 5 times or 10 times, because I know at least you tried and you figure out ways how you're rejected. Yes. And okay, you finish his first 2 weeks. Okay, this is how you do it. Exactly. And it works from there, because now you broke that barrier of being afraid to be rejected and be feared and so on, because that's the problem.
Everything is happening just in your mind, nothing in reality. So you're just failing and you're scared of failing and you have all the fear and you have built like big walls just in the head. It's not real.
Anxiety.
It's just anxiety. And that's where the anxiety and the depression comes actually. If you constantly keep moving your body means like if you keep trying and doing things, in reality, even if you will fail, you will still be happy in the end.
So the thing with anxiety and depression, those two things, the solution for them is one thing: acceptance.
Yes.
If you accept what happened, it happened, and you're accountable to what happened, that's done.
Yes.
And if you accept that what's going to happen will happen regardless whatever you think. Because what happened when you're anxious, you leave your body. Yeah. You're basically, your soul had left your body. So I would say, hey, breathe. Okay. Come back. Okay. Get that back to your body and just breathe. Because when you breathe, your oxygen goes back to your blood. Yes. You become less tense and you start thinking again.
And there is also, which combined to this, what you're saying is when your mind start moving faster than your body and your body is not coping with your mind, that's where the anxiety and the depression takes place. Exactly. Because now your mind is not in your control. It just keep moving faster. You're constantly thinking where nothing is happening in reality. And that's a very important thing. If anyone who has anxiety issues or the depression, start moving your body, start just trying, start going and talking to people, start spending more time, start training.
And start breathing. First level, breathe. Just be in your breathing for the next 5-10 minutes. Just be in the breathing only.
Exactly. You have been in Guinness Book of World Record as the largest Aquafun park, right? So how did that change? You think like the people know you for that, and did it change in your marketing? Did it change that how people see you?
So for me personally, as Ahmed, I haven't changed anything because this was all planned. So it wasn't all a surprise, no, because I got the Guinness World Record, I got Entrepreneur of the Year, I got Emerging Business of the Year, all within the same month. Because everything was planned. Okay, I knew I wanted these ones, what it takes to get them. Okay, I need to do like for the other records, I had to go through 2 interviews, a panel of 5, sit down, they grill you, they understand why you are this. Okay, fine. We think you're amazing, we give this to you. So the work. So I knew nobody will outwork me. So I put all the work in. So I know I've cashed that in. So the results coming out regardless. Eventually it will. But yeah, using that as a factor, I think it's good in the back end, but also it's very important to be consistently having the right quality, the right performance.
Right.
So always like, okay, I need the reviews to keep going. The reviews comes from real people having real fun.
Yeah.
These things. So it's consistently trying to improve ourselves. Just because we have a record doesn't mean we can stop trying. No, we gotta keep maintaining our performance.
Yes.
Because getting it is easy, maintaining it is very hard.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
I agree. So what are the facilities that you have added in your park in the last recent few years?
The size, number one, it's all the smaller things like we realize merchandising is very important.
Okay.
Extremely important. So you have the right merchandising that is applicable to the usage of the water park, that has like simple socks, goggles, different small things, stuff for the kids on the sand, drinks, the facility, all the small things that you come over here, you can just be comfortable, you don't have to worry about. I use it as a customer. But as a customer, when I go there, what do I want to be there so I can put it there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And are you associated with any tourism, Dubai tourism and all that? Because, like when we go out and we travel, we always look for fun things to do.
Yeah, we are partnered with Dubai Tourism, but also I've focused also a lot in TripAdvisor and Google, because when a tourist comes in, whenever we go anywhere, we always look at TripAdvisor, okay, what's the activities in the country? What's the best place? Ratings is very important. So we have like 4.9 stars in Google.
Wow.
With almost 1,500 plus reviews. That's very hard to maintain.
Amazing.
But that only speaks about, okay, the quality is there.
So you collaborate like this with different companies, and that's how you promote the business.
That's,
Amazing. So as you know, like Dubai is a place where everyone wants to travel around the world. Everyone comes here. And, as like after pandemic, that how it has, the tourism is even increased more now and people are coming to Dubai more. Dubai is like, I think, one of the top most destination in the world right now to travel.
Yeah.
So how that has affected your business and because of the tourism?
We knew this from the beginning. That's why we focus so much on the tourism part and understand what's the factors needed for us to maintain a very big part. We push so much in our social media influencers. So literally every month we have 50 to 200 influencers come over. We don't pay them, but they come because they see this.
Yes.
So either we invite them, hey, here's content for you. Come over, you and your friends. We do content for you for free and so on and so on. So they get content, we get promotion for free. So these two things add a lot of value to us. Because our stuff is very visual.
Okay.
And for me, I understood very well, I sell the emotion of happiness. So all the content in our social media is all about people falling. It's funny. It's happy people.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's fun.
Exactly.
So we understood the emotion, because as a business, you need to understand what emotion you're selling.
Yes.
Not a product, the emotion.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And what about the competition? Because there must be other people who are doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Do you worry about like if people are copying you or in the competition? How do you deal with that?
I actually always reach out first. I always reach out first. It's like, hey, congratulations for the business. If you need any help, I'm here.
Amazing.
If you want help with the maintenance, operation, marketing, collaboration, I'm happy for it. Most of them they say no. It's called ego. It's cute. And then 6 months later, they call me, hey, we close the business. Can you come by us off? And that's what happens.
How can you help?
Yeah. Because I always say, build a bridge of love. It's more fun that way.
Definitely.
Yeah. Because they know that the door is open for them to come back when they mess up.
And we all can win in that.
Yeah, easier. You always win with love.
Yeah. And what are your plans for the expansion now?
The expansion is not, but it's like the idea is now how to open new locations. That's the idea. New locations is the key thing. New countries, new locations.
Okay, new countries, new locations.
Yeah.
And how do you see the water park industry, like where it's going and how what you see as a future? Because there's so much new technologies is there.
Yeah. The technology part is just fascinating for us in a way that it makes us reaching people much easier. That's purely it. Because ultimately, we are not a digital company. We are an actual attraction that you go and you have the experience. So the idea is like how to maximize the experience for you. Instead of spending 2 hours, spend the whole day. So that's what we're doing next. Okay, we take the whole beach. We put our own sunbeds, our own F&B, our own merchandise, our own events. So that's how you expand next level.
Yes, exactly. And what kind of advice would you give like these, entrepreneurs when they want to start something, what you are doing? Is there anything you would like to say that how they can follow your footsteps? I
think a couple of things. If you have an idea, ask a lot of questions. Do you research properly? Because most people, I think it's gonna work. Why? Do you research? Nobody did this, Habibi. Everything has been done. have been done before. The difference, like how different are you gonna make it different? What I've done, have done before. But different is like I've did it better.
Yeah.
I've added more things to it and make it more wow. So now you create a gym. It's not been done before, but now we did differently. You did this and this and this.
Yeah.
So like look at what happened before, learn from that, and expand from there.
Exactly.
That's the whole thing when people think like they know everything. No, we don't.
Share about your 3 biggest failures. These are the biggest failures of my life, and I've learned a lot from that.
Blind trust is a problem.
Agree?
Because we are educated and raised upon being nice and so on and so on, from our families and so on and so on. Yes, be that person, but you also don't be naive.
Yeah.
So having the right contracts in place, don't say you know contracts. Yes, I know you can read English or Arabic, but legal terms are legal terms.
Yeah.
This could be a word in a contract that we can screw you forever. So you have to always ask. So being blind trust is a problem. Saying that how to put this, contracts legal. So like I think the first thing you should always have in your business, have a lawyer and have an accountant.
Yeah.
That's the first 2 things. Because a lawyer will save you from hell.
Yeah.
I was bankrupt twice. I was sued 18 times.
Ooh.
And that only happened because I had a very bad partner who was just bad, and then he got us in so many bad contracts that eventually got us so much problems. So that as a very, very important part, I guess. I think these are very, because there's so many.
I think this, I tell you, what you just said,
Yeah.
the same thing I have gone through as well.
Yeah.
And the same thing like blind trust. I've trusted someone who was like a long time friend, and
Yes.
things happen. And the same experience I've gone through. And what you just said, like this is my advice as well, that always be very clear that who is doing what and what
Yeah.
is what. Get your contracts on point.
Exactly.
That's
A lot of
very
times people come to you, hey, I want to be your partner. What are you bringing to the table?
Exactly.
Just get me a contact. You're a service provider. Because a lot of times you can get away with this. Hey, no, you're a service provider. I'll pay you a fee.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be in my table every single day. I can invite you for lunch with me one day. Here's your cake. You can go. But you can't be every single day when you're doing nothing.
Yeah.
It's like we're going up a hill and the car stops. You gotta be in the car. You gotta out push with me. What are you adding in the equation? What are you pushing with me or not?
100%.
Because again, what is the value bringing to the business for you to be a partner with me? Otherwise, you're just a service provider. Here's your fee, habibi. Take care, myself. Bye bye. And it's a very hard competition
Yes.
because you say, "What do you mean?" Say, no. It's you need to stand your ground.
Exactly. What are you bringing on the table?
Yeah.
And these things are like, I always see, even when it comes to partners or when it comes to hiring people, that I personally see the sincerity, that how sincere you are towards your job, how sincere you are towards your commitment. That's number one for me, and I'm sure you also see the
Of
same
course.
thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's where like if I tell you, I personally feel like if I share my experience when it comes to failing, number one, what you just said is blind trust is, and I don't see things as failing, so I see like it's a great learning for me, that now I will
Now you
never
know
repeat. Yeah, I will never repeat that. So this was the great learning, and the second was, I would always say like, when things happen, do not do anything half-heartedly. Always don't say like, I'm just doing it for the sake of doing it, or I'm just doing it because I'm not getting paid enough, but I'm just trying to do something.
Never do that. 100%. I agree with that.
You give your 100% because everything has the outcome. What you're doing half-heartedly will also have the outcome, and the outcome you will not like.
No.
That's why always give your 200%. That's why if you are training, you love training, you love lifting weights, you love doing your cardio and everything, very good. But you say like, I train very hard, but I don't follow my diet. The outcome will be there. The outcome will be here as well. And the outcome, what you not following the diet will be there as well.
Exactly.
So, and you will not like it.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree with you.
So tell me a few things like which you think these are the most important points when it comes to success.
I think being obsessed with, I'm going to make this work regardless.
Yeah.
Obsession is very important emotion. Being consistent, being persistent.
Yes.
You can't like half-ass it. No, you can't. Either you go full or you don't.
Yeah.
Because it's very important, because the thing is that you don't want to look back 10, 15 years from here. I think you say, I wish I pushed harder. Because regret is things you didn't do. If you do something that's good, amazing. If it's bad, it's an experience, it's a lesson. It's the things you didn't do. So I don't want to live my life, what if I could this, I should have this. No. Do it now. If I think it, I say it. If I want, I do it. If it comes out good, amazing. If not, no. I'd rather know than never know that it didn't work out. So that's a very important part of it.
Like time will still pass. Like so, I always believe like you do it or you don't do it. But if it exists in your mind, if you will not do it, time will still pass.
Yeah.
When the time will pass, the only results matter.
Exactly. Sometimes I get people coming to me and say, "Oh, I had your same idea 10 years ago." It's like, yeah, but you didn't do it.
Exactly.
Cool story, bro.
Yeah.
Cool story. You had the idea, you didn't do it. Everybody have it. The most abundant thing is people's ideas.
Yes.
But who comes out and go and do it?
Yeah, implementation.
Exactly. That's where the difference is.
That's what you need to do. The implementation, the most important thing. How important is the social media in your business, in your journey?
Yeah, it's a very important tool. It's an extremely important tool, and you need to know how to do it very well. Like I think my first 10,000 followers was done by hand. As in, like I used to be physically on the water park doors every single day. Every customer comes in, hey, follow my page. And then some people say, I don't have no internet. Hey, guess what? He's a hotspot.
Yeah.
Connect. Follow me. And then that grew eventually. Starts and then okay, let's find smarter ways. Okay, engage to people, comment and like and so on. So then okay, let's find smarter ways. Let's get influencers. Yeah. And then that grew eventually. I think 1.2 million followers now.
Wow.
But that only happened because the level of consistent content and collaboration and work daily basis.
And your page is amazing. It's very funny, yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. It's a balance, it's a balance. I cannot be too serious. I cannot be too funny.
Yes.
It's like, okay, here's a funny thing I just did today, and here's me talking serious stuff.
Yeah.
I think it's a mix between I'll entertain you while I educate you.
Yes, exactly. You're entertaining, you're educating.
Yeah. There's value.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I do things with amazing people like you that adds value.
Yes.
But then also, hey, between this stuff, hey, check this out.
And your lifestyle is there.
Yeah. I try not to do too much of that. Because for me, the value is the mindset. I don't want, hey, look at my watch and cars. Like, that's no value.
Exactly.
It's good to have, but it's
that's the outcome of the value you're adding.
Yeah, exactly.
So these things are the outcome of what you do actually.
Yeah.
This is exactly like when people say like, that's my goal. I say like, why you have a goal to buy a car or a watch or a house? First create something and then these things automatically will come.
People are obsessed with the results, not the process.
Yeah.
But you need to love the journey and the process.
Exactly.
It's so much fun.
Exactly.
Doing this, doing that, eliminating this, failing there. Okay, now it works.
I cannot wait to come to work.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to do all of this, what I'm doing. I cannot wait to talk to you and to my clients and to my team. I cannot wait to create the better program.
Yes.
I cannot wait to create and launch another program.
There you go.
And, like just keep climbing because the mind never stops working. And I always... Anytime I find one loophole or one issue, one problem, I am the solution of the problem. I never see like, okay, whose fault, okay, all of that is good. But in the end, how to resolve this problem, how to be the solution of the problem.
It's basically you need to be attacking situations with the mindset, okay, solutions. Okay, we know it's a problem. We are looking at this, how do we move forward? How do we use this as a leverage? How do we learn from this and grow from this? When you enter, we have a problem, we understand. We all know we have a problem. How are we fixing this?
Exactly.
Give me your point of view. Give me your point of view. Ask people who are better than you. Research, understand data, and then react to it. The issue people react so fast. No. Breathe. Yeah. Figure out what you need to be done first. Ask the people who's better than you. Understand the data. Then react to it. Yes. There's no need to react immediately.
100%. Yeah. Are there like this, when you have the season over here in Dubai, it's like the summer season, your flow of your work changes as compared to winters? No,
because what we do is the business is very mobile. So we can remove the water park, go somewhere else. So when the low season in Dubai, we go somewhere else with high season.
Okay.
So we continually high season all year.
Oh, nice.
Instead of having the assets just stuck in one place because nobody's in town, it's too hard. No. Wrap it up, contain it, we're in a different country.
Oh, nice.
And you operate there, and then after the summer there, when the winter, when it comes again, whether it's nicer here, we come back to Dubai, operate normal days.
One thing I always ask entrepreneurs, and that is like, what is your routine like? Because I believe like there are no great people, there are only great habits. So share something about your routine, that how you live your life.
But that's the thing, like I don't have a specific routine anymore. It's like I don't wake up early.
Okay.
I wake up 7 in the morning. I honestly don't. I wake up 10 in the morning. I sleep late because I work between like 11 and 1. It's more peaceful. Nobody's bothering me. Yeah. So I do a lot of things that are digital, like, emails, whatever things. I do it at nighttime. Usually every day I will have 2 sessions of meeting people. At my house, I have this house I built in a way with the image there, the feng shui, like sit down like this with no cameras and we just communicate.
Yeah.
You know, I learned so much out of it because I'm super dyslexic. So I hate reading.
Yeah.
I hate reading. But I love knowledge. So knowledge is with people.
Yes.
So I always have people who are like amazing human beings. Like I had rabbis, I had UFC fighters, I had like, you know, tech guys, crypto guys, whatever it is, with a journey. Tell me what you did. And they talk, I talk, and we learn from each other. So I do this every day, twice. And then I have time in my day, 2 hours to see my family, and then check out my business here and there, phone calls. So there's no specific routine as much as like, okay, there is slots in my day that it's done for specific things in the day.
Oh, that's amazing. And how's your weekends like? Your work is like more of a fun.
But I don't understand weekends. See, that this mindset of weekend, I never got it.
Yeah.
It's like, what? Weekends? Like,
So you work on over weekends as well?
yeah, again, I enjoy what I do. So I never feel that I'm working.
Yeah.
One. But like I usually try to give like a Saturday full day only for family. Okay, guys, I'm all yours. So just doing that for the family, just for them to be balanced in a way.
Yeah.
You know, I try every month to at least travel one time, take with me as much people with me for family. Let's travel somewhere else. Because you know, you work hard, you make money, let's enjoy it.
Yeah, of course.
You
Of
know?
course. And also like when you go away, you need to maintain a little distance so that you can think better.
Traveling for me is it's a good reboot.
Yes, exactly. That's what I do. I do the
Yeah,
same.
yeah.
Like I go in different countries and spend time and learn from that. Like, you know, just be in the nature. Because I believe like the more you connect to nature, the more ideas you get.
Exactly.
Because your brain and you connect, automatically you find the solution of the problem which you were like looking for since last months and years.
Yeah, it
Like
comes.
that.
Yeah. Sit down on the beach or in the mountain, just in
Yeah.
your breathing, just wandering around in your brain. It's like things come to you.
Yeah, and the best part is like your work is that you're connecting with nature by the water.
Yeah, exactly.
That itself is.
I try my best every single day to go on the beach and just ground myself every single day, at least half an hour grounding myself at least. You know, that's very important because you have to take all these other small things in consideration.
That's why if you see TYB over here, it's like the whole place is very different than normal gyms because it's like so open. So, you know, like because that's what I wanted, like the more nature.
Open space, yeah.
Yeah, open space where you don't feel very suffocated, like you're going to a gym and all
Yeah,
walls
yeah.
only, you see nothing. And this is like open, you play around. Well, thank you very much. Thank you coming on my podcast
Of course.
and sharing your journey, sharing the story. This is very inspiring.
Thank you very much.
And I wish you all the luck for your upcoming ventures.
Absolutely.
And inshallah, I will be a part of that as well.
You have to be.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.